Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you are doing well. I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring, the pioneer for preparing IELTS, PTE and OET examinations easily yet effectively. In today's video, I would like to assess one of my students' letters, and I'll give you the feedback with the word-by-word assessment and the assessment against each parameter of the letter writing. And finally, I'll give the overall score. So the student has written on 07 September 2018, the date on the top, that's good. And then she has written down the addressee's contact details. I have already checked out the details and they are all good to go. And then the the next one is the student has written down the salutation, if I go correctly, because we need to always use the surname of the addressee. Okay, we are going to definitely write a letter to an adult, so it's really recommended to write down the surname only. So that's the standard. Okay, and then she has written down the reference details of the patient, that is Mr. Gerald Baker, aged 79. That's good. All right, and then the introduction paragraph. She has written down, I am writing this letter regarding future care requirements of Mr. Baker. So she could have mentioned future care requirements for Mr. Baker. That would be much appropriate. Instead of writing of, she could have used for. Who is being discharged back to your facility today? Yeah, that's good. But she could have mentioned what was the main problem faced by the patient, faced by Mr. Baker. So she could have mentioned what was the main problem faced by the patient. So in the introduction paragraph, she could have done that. But apart from that, the introduction paragraph sounds good. Okay. Let's go to the next paragraph. On 4 September, Mr. Baker underwent a total hip replacement. So she could have mentioned here, the total hip replacement could have been mentioned in the introduction paragraph itself. His recovery has been encouraging. That's not good. Okay, so she must have mentioned, so his recovery has been very well so far. So she would have mentioned like this: has been stable, has been very well, and things like that. That should have been more appropriate than what she has written down. But continued care and monitoring will be essential. That's good. Following his surgery, there should be a comma. We shouldn't give any gap between the word and a comma or a punctuation marks, but you have to give a space after every punctuation marks, including the commas and the full stops. Okay, he has been commenced on aspirin 100 milligram, ramipril 5 milligram, and Panadol 4, that is paracetamol, and Canadian milligram. So you don't need to mention, the Panadol 4. You don't need to expand it, okay, unless it is really required. But in this case, it doesn't need, it's not needed to expand. Okay, so you can remove this because it's a combination of two medicines. That's what she has written down. So yes, it's not needed. It's not needed. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. So 4th hourly, that's good. Whilst in the hospital, there should comma, and then there should be a space. After this, there must be a space. Okay, Mr. Baker had experienced post-operative disorientation as a result of the anesthesia administered. Okay, there shouldn't be any gap in between. Yeah, that's what. As a result of the administration of anesthesia, or she could have mentioned as a result of the anesthesia administered. Okay, that's fine. There is no issue. And what else she has to do? I mean, there is a spelling mistake here. I just would like to say, because anesthesia has the spelling of this. Okay, so there's a spelling mistake here. All right, let me correct it. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Apart from this, there must be again a gap after this comma. Apart from this, he had a drop in his hemoglobin level and subsequently transfused 3 packets. No. Subsequently 3 units of packed red blood cells were transfused. Okay, so we need to use as many active voice sentences as possible. All right, it's not good to use the passive voice. Okay, and this comma needs to be replaced with replace the full stop with a comma, because sentence didn't finish. I think she might have forgotten that. Don't know. She might have forgotten that, but that's what she has to do. So she has to replace this full stop with a comma because the sentence isn't finished yet. So it is always better to use what do you call the passive voice. Okay, so transfused needs to be removed from here. Remove this, please. Okay. All right. Good. Okay, which helped him in attaining normal level of his hemoglobin. Okay, so that's good. Mr. Baker has been advised regarding exercise programs such as, and then there shouldn't be any symbols after such as. There shouldn't be any what you can say punctuation marks such as colons or semicolons or commas, because placing such punctuation marks after such as is incorrect. Okay, so remove this. Remove this, please. Okay, all right. Stretching and strengthening type. That's good. It could have been stretching and strengthening types, because there are two different things, right? So you have to use the plural noun after this. Okay, let's go to the next one. Despite he were provided whatever the wound, he needs continued. Okay, again, it's always important to use formal words as much as we can. So she has to use he requires. Okay, that's the mistake she has mentioned here. So she didn't write the appropriate word here. Okay, despite he were provided. No, it's not the correct answer. Okay, he was provided. Okay, so but again, what she could have done is that, placing the comma is also incorrect here. Okay, remove this comma. You don't need any comma after despite. No. Okay, so what would be the best way of rewriting this sentence? Because this sentence isn't that good. Okay, so what she could have done, or how she could have written down is like this. Okay, let's say, in spite of daily dressings on his, in spite of daily dressing on his surgical wound, in spite of regular, daily dressings on surgical wounds, his skin, okay, to maintain, okay, of his skin to maintain integrity. Okay, continuous monitoring of his skin is essential to maintain its integrity. Okay, so that should be the best way of writing down the whole sentence. Okay, this could have been written down. All right, it is always important to use a range of sentence structures such as simple, complex, and compound, and please ensure his compliance with the medications besides this. Okay, so she could have added a connecting phrase that is also or in addition. Do you know what I mean? So it is always better to use a range of connecting phrases in your letter. That could have been done. Also, please ensure his compliance with the medications besides this. It's better not to use besides, because that's more on the informal connecting phrase. So it's good to use in addition to this. Okay, that would have been much better. Or in addition, simply he could have mentioned in addition. That's fine. Needs is definitely an incorrect way of writing down the sentences. So it's not good. You need to use requires. Okay, always requires is more important than needs. Some assistive devices also, therefore, okay, he requires in addition. So you have already used besides this, and then you're using also. It's not good. Okay, it's not good because you can't use the similar connecting phrases together in one sentence. Okay, so what she could have mentioned is that she could have mentioned in addition, comma, he requires some assisted devices. Okay, so also must have been removed from this letter. Look at this. This must have been removed. Okay, right. Therefore, a walker and pillow. Okay, so and a pillow. Remember that for all the equipment that you write, you need to use an article before that. If those equipment are mentioned in a singular noun. Okay, for example, a wedge pillow, a walker, a walking stick, and so on. Okay, pillow will be provided from the hospital. From the hospital. Okay, so we need to write down the hospital. All right, what else she has committed? Let's see. A toilet razor has been arranged. Okay, so she could have used this one previously. I mean, like in the previous sentences. So she could have added them, but she didn't do that. So what she could have done is that here, in addition, we use in addition to this, so she can use as well as this, comma. So she could have added this. Okay, that could have been much better. All right, cool. Let's go through. A toilet razor has been arranged by the sociology worker for 2 weeks. Okay, that's good. Thank you for agreeing to provide further care for Mr. Baker. Further care too. You can use it too. Two is more appropriate in this case. Further care too, Mr. Baker. Please do not hesitate to contact me for further questions. Okay, that's good. You not to hesitate to contact me for further question. No, further information. If please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. That's the correct answer. Okay, so if you need any further information, you can just use further information here. It's not questions. Questions doesn't suit here. Okay, so the next one is yours sincerely, and then the nurse. Okay, let's go to the assessment now. So the one that I have given just now is the word by word feedback. That's what you get in the first instance, and then the other ones are the detailed analysis of each assessment component for your letter. So as far as the grammar is concerned, grammar needs to be improved a lot. Particularly the use of articles, prepositions, nouns, verbs, tenses and tenses needs to be addressed. Needs to be effectively used. Need to be effective. Okay. All right. The second thing is the case notes have been organized very well. However, she didn't use appropriate words. It's really important that vocabulary could have been better by using more formal words. As I already mentioned, it's good to use more formal words rather than the informal words. Placement of punctuation marks needs to be improved as well, because punctuation marks were not used properly. So you have to use the punctuation marks appropriately. So placement of punctuation marks needs to be improved. You need to expand all the abbreviations And she has done, I believe, yeah. She has expanded it. She has expanded all the. Just go back and check, whether she has included any abbreviations or not. I believe she has expanded everything. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But she has unnecessarily included, this information which could have been removed. The paracetamol 550 milligram and codeine for 30 milligram. Okay, so that could have been done. But apart from that, there is no issue with the abbreviations, with the use of abbreviations. Okay, good. So you have expanded all the abbreviations. That's well done. All right, and then what she has done, you have used. You could have used more connecting phrases, because I have added many phrases, many connecting phrases. You could have used more connecting. The connecting phrases must be formal connecting phrases, and avoid using the informal ones, such as besides, moreover, and furthermore. So these are the ones that you should avoid. Okay. All right. And what else? Overall task fulfillment is all right. You have included all the relevant case notes, because I have already checked them out. That's a good thing. Congratulations. Okay. These are the things that we have to focus on. So these are the assessment factors as far as the letters in OET are concerned. Okay, expected scores. According to me, sorry about the capital letters. Expected score. Okay. Let me go through the number of mistakes first. Okay, you have committed so many grammatical mistakes, which is not good. So as far as the grammar is concerned, you won't be able to get really good scores. All right. And you need to use, voice, passive voice. Okay, so you could have used more passive voice. You could have used sentences in passive voice rather than the active voice. Okay, so to me, this letter sounds like a 260 out of 500 graded letter. Okay, all right. You could definitely improve your communication skills. You can easily achieve 300 plus. If you're aiming at the registration to go to UK, or B grade if you would like to go to other countries such as Australia and New Zealand. All right. So what I would like to recommend everyone is to like this video if you find the techniques helpful, and please share it with others so that they can be also beneficial from these videos. And the other thing is, if you're really struggling with your writing section of the OET, PT, or IELTS examinations, please do share with me your first essay or letter, and I'm glad to assess it word by word and give you the free assessment along with your expected scores. You can use this service because it's free. You don't need to pay anything for that. It helps you to identify where you have to focus on. Okay. All right. I've been helping over 12,000 students so far, and I can be contacted on my mobile number, that is +61468480877. Alternatively, you can send an email to steve@ucaneenglishttutoring.com, or you can send me a message on my Facebook page, that is www.facebook.com/ucantutoring. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again with another video. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.